All right, so we changed teams at the last second. Let's see how this goes. I switched to C6 because the rankings that I was looking at to try and decide who to play, I chose GOT because they were ranked like 17th, I think. So I thought that meant, anyways, I misinterpreted it, and it means they will not be playing for a chance to go to the finals. So I changed on the fly right now to a C6 team that is very strong. So I found some strong teams that are in the second and third place position here. And this should be a really good matchup. So C6. So let's go. Let's see it. So I will put up the team names. We do know them now. So if you don't know, S2D is the one with the doctors. I don't think they're doctors in real life. Maybe they are. But Dr. Francis and Dr. Is it the Dr. Tex? Something like that. So let's see what we got here. S2D. Let's look at all this investment going on. Dr. Ajanaj. Dr. Vindictive. That was the one I was thinking of. Wow, he's K50 now. Wow, K50, and they are maybe like 15 months old. Maybe a half a year. Dr. Francis. Wow. This is crazy. Dr. Ham. Let's see who they're up against, what size people they got. All right, not looking too good for these guys. Yeah, it looks like either their top guys must not be in because there's no way they would be in there right now. 46, 47, 48. And I'm not really recognizing any of the names from All Stars or anything either. Darby, I recognize him. Red Dawn. Tex. Tex is very good. So don't underestimate this team, but looking like they're going to have problems. So it looks like these guys are going to the rally hall here. Hello, hello. So it looks like they're just getting set up, doing some pre-rains. What does S2D stand for? Second, what does that say? Second dawn. So second to dawn? No idea. But let's see some action, boys. So I'm guessing their K50s just went around to solo maybe right now. They're not all lined up together. Looks like they're all together now. So here we are. So there's some reinforcing going on. Okay, I'm going to reset because sometimes I'm not seeing the battles, the rallies to line up on. There we go. The reset worked. They're going after a K42 and he's zeroed. Someone else is going after Red Dawn. Red Dawn's probably lines coming back and he's attacking. But it looks like he got hit also. And he's still at 54 bill. HOS, 41 bill. Wow, they're just going after everyone right away. This is like All Stars. So Red Dawn is 23 bill, about to get smoked. And yeah, he moved too late. 200 million rally cap. Are you kidding me? What? That's insane. Tiger, move. And they're not filling 200, obviously. That's excessive. That's only for All-Stars, but so Tiger just lost half his city. Gone and Derby are good with rallies. Gone for Sky is really good. They're all good, man. Like every alliance in here is really good, but I don't know how you can beat 2K50s. That's does any other alliance have 2K50s? Like I'm gonna assume RSP and Vidge do. USA, maybe Namex is. I don't know. So this guy's healing, so he's at 41 again. We'll just watch while he heals. But I don't think Neff has two. One of those stupid teams on C5, like, where, like, I can't remember all the names, but, like, Saigon and a couple of the really big... Fahad's gone, but Saigon had a big partner, I think. What's Tiger at? 40 bill. Looks like Epic is about to get smoked. Oh, yeah. Why is anyone even hitting him? He's already... Unless he has a heal glitch. Which server? Who got the 50s? So S2D has two 50s right here. Here they are. K50 and Vindictive. I'm surprised Francis is their rally leader over Vindictive, actually. Wow, 130 billion. 130 also. Yeah. Jeez. Look at that. What the hell's going on with his castle? Looks like there's two players there. I've never seen... So that must have been from the last event. I don't... I look at the buffs. I don't really look at the castles and tear them up. But I'm going to assume that's what it's from. Because it kind of looks like the Viking ship from the All-Star one. So one guy moved and both guys moved now. Tone. About to be zeroed if he doesn't move. Waiting for the continent shift. Oh, dude, these guys aren't leaving. They're server 1891. Like, these guys are C6 for at least another year. So he moved. Like, look. 1891. My server's 1801. And I'd be surprised if we moved to C5 next shift. I'd be surprised if USA at 1776 moves. I don't think they will either. I think the break will be like 1750, 1740. You never know, but like there's some, I think 1663 is the start of C6, so expect that to go up like 100 to like 1760, somewhere around there. Jiggy already moved. Yeah, these guys are not leaving C6. It'll be interesting to see these guys. So half their team has moved away from them. Oh, there they are. It'll be interesting to see these guys versus USA, and I think POB is probably the third best team. Second best, like tied with these guys. But I think USA is still the best, deepest team in keep, and like players are fast in joining rallies and knowing what to do. I think, but that changes fast on a new continent because players get better. Like, I know just from like 2 All-Stars ago, I played with this guy, this K50, and he was good. He wasn't great for like the biggest guy in the team, but he was good, but he was new, but now he's really good. So like players improve. And this guy's really good. And it's hard to say who's really good and not because so much depends on how much help they're getting as a team too. Like who's calling out targets for them, how strong their team is so their team can actually sit still and help. And anyways, the point is players improve their skill, and that changes everything on C6. C1, C2, everyone is who they are basically. You're not going to get better at the game. So that's what makes C6, or the newest continents, the most fun. Because change happens. When did they beat them? Was it straight up in a battle? I'm not surprised. Like, this team is... They look much, much improved, and 2K50s is no joke, man. Like, anybody can win. But I do think in Chalons' final, USA is going to win. I've played with Zero. He's very good. Obviously, very good keep. One of the best in the game. Very good player also. Nay McSay is good. And then they have lots of like mid-level players. Mid-level that are probably K45 now. But they're good players also. Like they help. They call things out. They move. They join fast. They exit rallies. This guy they've been trying to get for a while. I don't think they're going to get him. It's hard to set on a guy in the field. Yeah. I think they beat USA 2 in a row. Yeah, they have it on their YouTube during BLG. Zero. To be fair, Zero was on his. Zero wasn't. Yeah. And like they had USA has some fillers who used to play with them or other people in the game, and they could be good players, but they're still not as good as Zero when Zero's playing. Like Zero's just really good. And I'll 48 gone free. And I'll say that the better your keep is, the easier it is to be good. Like good is all relative, right? You give me the best keep in Evony, I'll be really fucking good too. I don't have to move. I don't got to worry about anything. No one's gonna attack me. There's no stress. Like that's how my battles are. No one attacks me. I could just sit there, focus on one thing. And they have a good team to help him too, like find targets. But when you have a 200 mil rally cap and you fill it, you don't even have to look at the target. Just send. And that's what you pay for. I was actually most impressed at the speed that S2D played. Yeah, S2D looks good, man. They look much, much improved. I've seen them before, and all of C6 is much improved. Not just these guys. All of C6 is so fast now. When we play Battlefield, if we match up against C6, I know it's going to be like, oh, we're going to lose this one. I just know that the speed is so fast now on the alliances that are my size or bigger. So like if we pair someone, it's going to be a good alliance. Where if we pair older servers, they're generally not going to be the best alliance on server. Chuck. Oh, the hospital. So they're going for the buff. Let's watch this. Who's going to come away with the buff? The most important buff in the battle is the first one. So the first two are probably the most important ones. Assuming you get a heal. Five seconds left. NBS has it right now. So it looks like they're going to hold it because no one else is going to land right now. So NBS just got something. Maybe a heal. We'll never know. Let's look at the score. S2D is... Wow, NBS is actually pretty close. And they just got the buff. The other two are falling behind. Darby. K47 down to 0 now, I'm sure. Well, he healed on that, I think. Or they hit him with the wrong attack. Like they hit him with horse and he's still at archers or something and reigns. Oh, this guy's gonna be 0 and he's only Monarch 45. Moved. Oh, STD's getting hit. I just said STD, I think. So I guess I just gave their alliance a new nickname. I'm sure they will appreciate that one. I was actually most. Are you able to see the generals he's setting with? Curious if he has the super spender generals. Yes, I can. Let's. O'Bannon and Irene. So that's incoming. So it looks like they're under attack right now. So there's Dr. Vindictive. He has Sydney and Amos. Tex Doc has O'Bannon and Irene. O'Bannon and Irene. Okay, so I'll keep an eye out. Whenever I see rallies, I'll check the... Oh, I saw something there. So Chishtira and Rostam with a skin. Nico Lorenzo. I'll try and see... so Steven and Drake. Gonfrey didn't catch his general. Dr. Vindictive with the so it doesn't look like any of them have the super general with the rally cap. But to be honest with you, it might be because none of these teams can fill 200 million, or it doesn't even look like they're getting much over 110. So what's the point in taking your buffs down to get your rally cap to 220 instead of 200 when you're not filling it? Dr. Francis, he attacked fast there. Dr. Rufus. 26 bill getting hit. NBS are 1708. Yeah, they're going to go to C5 next shift for sure. Tiger is 35 bill. Now he is 32. 3 bill. Wow. So he withstood that easily. Well, now the archers come in. How many horse did he have? 27. So he lost 5 bill. Looks like he just got hit again. 25. This guy's doing well. Tiger again. After this one, we'll do a score check. $22. Yeah, they're not getting much off this guy. Just a few mil at a time. Okay, so it's 900 to 720 NBS. And then 400, 400, basically a tie for third, fourth. Yeah, NBS still has a chance. It's still really early. How about the new C7? Would you take that? What do you mean, would I take it? There is no C7, right? C6 right now. Dr. Francis. Yeah, so none of them are using Oh, this guy just healed 14 billion. Wow. So this guy was at 14 and he healed up to 28. And then took a rally and came away with lots of points. Yeah, so I don't know what you mean by C7. So they're setting on this guy again with 3 rallies. So he's at 23, 13 after 1. And he moved after 1. Okay, we'll do a score check. Oh, STD running away. How could create one. C6 is really stacked. It looks about time for. Yeah, so the way they create a new continent basically goes something like this. The bottom end is just too young to compete with the rest of it, so it's not fair. So C6 is kind of like that right now. So they'll do a shift, and it will depend on how many teams still remain in C6 after the shift. So let's say right now it's at 1663, the cutoff. Let's say they move it to 1800. So now 1799 and below are C5. 1800 is still a lot older than, let's say, 2500 or whatever the newest server number is. So then they might create a new C7 for 2300 to 2500 because otherwise those people will have no chance. So yeah, I would expect this or the next shift, they will add a C7. Somehow I don't think STD will take their foot off the gas, lose, and then complain about being overtaken at the end. No, I don't think so either. Because not only when you're 2K50s, not only is that a very strong team, that's a team that obviously is going to spend money and heal. Tex Doc. So 93 billion. His top teammate, Red Dawn 40. Is that his top teammate? Monarch 50. Yeah, that's a really strong keep. Monarch 47. Oh, Godfrey is probably his top. Monarch 38. They're in different alliances. They're just beside each other. So let's actually go back and see that for a second. Okay, no, they're not attacking each other like back and forth. I thought maybe they would be beside each other to be doing that. Let's see what STD Smoking's got. C6 currently goes to almost server 2200. So over 500 servers, not counting merges in. Other continents are half that. They can't just move 100 or 150 servers. Well, there's lots of numbers in between that don't have it, right? So, for example, I'm server 1801, and both 1800 and 1802 have got a merge, so they no longer exist, or someone else doesn't exist because they're with them. So, from 1700 to 1800, there is not 100 servers. There's probably like 60. So, not all the numbers are taken anymore. All right, attacks are slowing down. Oh, we got a hospital. That's why. Let's see who's going to win this. So NBS won the last one. So NBS again. So NBS has won 2 straight hospitals. So this is NBS. Text Doc was, so it doesn't look like they got a heal. Because he was over 90 and he would gain like at least 15 billion if they got a heal. Score. Okay, so still about, so it's about 300k now STD over NBS. Francis and Vindictive. So they got 700k of STD's 1.2 million. To be expected, I guess. I'm surprised STD only set 1 rally on the hospitals. I'd expect 2 or 3. Yeah, I agree. The score's still close. I wouldn't be that overly like confident that NBS has no chance. No attacks at the moment. Dr. Ham about to get hit. He's at 14 billion. I think he probably has reinforcements from the two big doctors, and it won't hurt that bad. Maybe it was canceled. They've been trying to get jiggy all match. This guy's gonna get jiggy with it. How about that joke? Really funny. 36 billion. Wow. Okay. Red Dawn. Yeah, he's good. K46. Monarch 50. Dr. Ham gonna get hit. Should be getting hit. Wow, we only lost 1.3 billion. Good defense. He got hit there. He did not get out of the way in time, Dr. Ham. So these are ghost rallies. That one looked... Dr. Ham again. 6.6. Looks like it was a solo, I think. Oh, and he jumps back into the danger zone. And he just healed layers. Vindictive is now setting on this thing. That's healed. Yeah, good find by them. Some people leave the fire on so you don't suspect that they healed. So it's harder to find them. He moved. Let's look at the scoreboard. Johnny Red. Johnny Red Label. Good name. Should have Johnny Black on the team too. Johnny Blue. What is I think Blue Label is the best, right? Or is Red? Is Red Label? I think Red Label's low. I think it's Red, Black, Blue. How many of you even know what I'm talking about? Score. Okay, so S2D's pulling ahead now. They're up 360,000. Last check was 290, so they're definitely headed in the right direction. HOS and Sky fighting it out for third place. And NBS looks like they're settling into second. Always wondered what's their fetish with doctors. I guess it depends what type of doctor, right? Are they proctologists? Gynos? Maybe they're just psychologists, the fake doctors. Don't think that one landed. What's Tex up to now? 89 billion still. So even the biggest people heal. Because if you ain't healing, you're going to start sending smaller and smaller troops. Like if Tex Dog don't heal his top layers, he's going to be sending T12s and T11s. And his team ain't going to do well if he ain't punching hard. That keep skin you were wondering about is from the Spender event in the last... Yeah, that's what I thought. Because there's just so many with it, with the little boat. I wonder how, like, the pressure in an alliance to spend. The spending in this game is just ridiculously crazy. So all of these people spent something, right? They all got the castle. That's crazy. Like, not all of them got this one, but these two did. Oh, no. So, yeah. So that's the same boat. They probably put their spells on, and that's for the active skills. That's why the sales went up there, or maybe it just actually they go up and down. Yeah. So guess they just go up and down. Pretty cool feature. But these two obviously spent and got top 2 prizes. But the rest were like top 50. got a shutdown on the game. We'll put that back up. Oh, they're gonna hit the big guy now. Gone free. Oh, he's down to 7 billion. He's not too big anymore. So that means Sky is done. Sky has given up if Gone Free's at 7 billion. So they're not healing. They're not into. So Sky's point total is they're in second place. But he's got to be dead here. Yeah, 2.5. So they're. So Sky, there we go. Gone Free on Fire. Almost sang you guys the Alexis on Fire song, but I know my role. Stay in my lane. Not a good singer. So that means that Sky is probably only going to heal if HOS starts to catch them. And HOS probably already gave up. And the difference between third and fourth in this isn't too large for rewards. Hospital up in 15 seconds. So NBS has won the last two. NBS just took it again with 10 seconds left. They're getting smoked, though, by lots of people. So be interested. S2D has it. I don't think this timer finished. So S2D held it. But this is a role I like to do. Hit just as people are pulling and try to catch a half a rally in there. I saw someone going in with a white line trying to do that. But I think they're all out now. Medical tent. So let's see if S2D got a heal on there. So Francis, wow, he's at 50 bill. Vindictive, 7. So they didn't get a heal either. But, well, you know what? That's actually, I think that if they're not going to heal, I could see NBS coming back. Because Tex is still 80, 35. So we just saw another 10. Another 11. Yeah, these guys are going to heal marches. I don't think NBS is giving up, guys. So they're at 440K down. So the gap is growing. Okay, so they just hit NBS. That guy was 11, so he only lost 2 billion. So I would guess he probably took 5-6 billion on the hit. Jiggy, it looks like they finally hit him. He's at 4-6. He only lost 100 million, and 2 marches came out. So let's see the score. Yeah, so they just gained 40K NBS. It's like Archer's coming in to reinforce against a horse rally. And he got zeroed. 81. So that is... Okay, so they... STD just gained back about 10K. Tex just lost about 10 billion, but that's in attacking or reinforcing. 2.4, 1.9. So Tech, is he setting a rally or again hit? They're going after STD's Dr. Azerbaijan. And he's not that strong. K40, Monarch 46. Yep, they got him. As a castle that used to be strong 4 years ago, though. $76. So score 420K between first and second. And it was 450, so they've closed it a bit, but it's going to be hard to close that. It's very likely that we know who's finishing first, second, third, fourth right now. But you never know. So Tech stock is going after STD's Yoda. 16.1. The rains are going in. Tech stock, oh, he has an Elder Dragon. And they moved. So let's go into battle and see if it hit. It did not hit. They're going to keep those rallies up. And let's see if Yoda returns. Let's see if any of Tex's teammates... Yeah, see, he had to cancel the rallies. He canceled one. That's what I do. Cancel one and hope someone comes back and they see like, oh, it's gone. That's a safe place. And he's canceled both now. So Tex is now going to try and hit. Vindictive's running for his life. What? No, he's not. I saw the wrong person. Or maybe he was there. I swear he was there. Maybe it was like a failed swap and he went back to his spot. Oh, they're going after NBS's money. He's 30 billion. Yeah, so they're still going after it. STD's Jason Skinny. 15.7. Probably going to get skinnier. I was going to say something else, but for PG. 11.9. Think he's going to get a double. Yeah, he moved. Did he get out in time? Nope. Got hit. But not too bad. Only lost 3 billion. They're going to hold. Yeah, they had 2 more. That's why he moved. They'll set on the new spot, I'm sure. All right, so there's the scoreboard right now. We'll go around here and move. Wow, wow, wow. These are top heavy teams. Because look at this. So 4 teams, 40 players. Obviously, there's 100 players. Let's look at what like this. Wow. Okay. So what I'm getting at here is that means the top 10 on each of these teams, 10,000 points is so low when your team's getting over 1 million. Let's go the top 20 players in the battle. So this is 5 per team. 50,000. Yeah, that's pretty decent. To try and compare it to my team, yeah. Like my team would have 4 or 5 of us around this, maybe 6 around this point total. Maybe a bit lower like there. So the top 8, so top 2 on each team. Yeah, that's a lot. But very top heavy teams. How to spectate. So if you mean spectate like on your own and do what I'm doing, you have to write Evony like in their Facebook group and tell them you want to stream a battle for them, and then they'll give you the rights. Like you'll just log into your game and it'll be on a matchup, but you get to ask which one. Or you could say, I don't care, just assign me to it. Which is what I do sometimes. I just play the spectate lottery. Tomorrow I will do C6 finals. I think it's the most wide open, the most exciting. I think there's going to be a very good chance USA loses. And USA has been unbeaten forever on C6, I think. But this will be their toughest challenge yet. I assume Zero will play. Okay, so I'll leave you with the scoreboard for a minute. Gonna refill my coffee while they are not attacking. Oh, yeah. Two and a half, 3 minutes till a hospital. Yeah, there's just solos going on right now, so very boring. Let's leave it at the hospital until we see something. Yeah, I was right. Still no attacks. Let's see if I could do our caravan. Someone said our caravan hasn't been done. Your alliance can still dispatch 0 common caravans and 2 royals. But I don't have access to join one. Transports left today. I guess it's just not letting me do it while I'm in battle. What else they gonna let me do in my city for a second here? Not much else I need to do in there. Still no attacks. Dr. Vindictive. 40 seconds left. Looks like nobody really... Okay, there we go. Now we're getting the rallies on it. So STD is triple setting on it. Will they come away with it? 20 seconds left. Let's see if they launch them all. So they're sending the ground one first. Someone's sending archers into it, so that should fail. Nope, it got it. They're countering. Oh, but no time. I think STD got it. I think they took it back. Yeah. Okay, let's see if they healed. Okay, so Vindictive was down to like, yeah, they got to heal. He's at 54, 42. Maybe not. Maybe only he healed his troops. 11.5 on Skinny Pants. Johnny Red, 15s. Yeah, I don't think they got a heal, team heal, because they got some guys who are still low. They just did some personal heals. Who do I think is the strongest player in the game? Neo, right? It's got to be Neo Nodder. Neo Matrix. No. I'm probably... Yeah, so the old Geek account, which is now being run by Viper, has got... Like, it's still obviously really good. It takes a long time for something to go downhill. And I suspect Geek is still paying. Just not at the levels he used to. Because I know that Viper can't keep up the payments on that. Nor could, 99.999% of the people in the game. But I would expect Geek is paying just some maintenance on the account. I think that probably Life Stealer is very strong now. Saigon, Geek, or it's not Geek, Zero on USA, not Zero. I think his USA account has passed his Vidge account. But those are the names. To be honest, I can't really give an opinion of who I think is the best. Because I just don't play in those circles. Like, my alliance never faces those top teams, so I only see C6 at All-Stars. So it's hard for me to say for sure. Who do you think is? There's also that guy on, server at, 700 or something. Remember the guy who got to, 300 billion? He grew really fast. I don't know much about him. I can't remember the name. But he did it after Neo was the first one to get up to 300 billion. I think Neo got to 300 billion. But I heard Big T is K48 now, so he's throwing his hat into the ring. But I think a lot of the people are just tired of spending on this game. So the old names that you see, they still have accounts that appear to be really strong because they're K50 and whatnot. But that guy got hit. He didn't get away. Well, he's going to get the medical tent, though, and they'll probably solo him for it. Francis 40, Vindictive 45. Let's do a score check. 440K. So STD and NBS, they're keeping that gap alive. And looks like Sky is keeping the gap on HOS. So I don't think much is going to change here. I think that's how it's going to go. 2, 3, 4, 1. That's probably the placings you're going to get here. So now the question is, how much speeds? Like, I don't think you're going to see the doctors. Maybe that's what their name is. Maybe they're doctors because the team name is STD. Is that why? So they're doctors of venereal diseases? Not sure. Not sure if they appreciate the jokes either. But they must have wow, I'm getting lag streaming. They must have I know when my last server, when we named our alliance VLC, we went through we talked about a lot of different names. And as we went through them, we thought about every possible nickname anybody could give us that would make fun of us with our new acronym or name. And lots of them we turned down because of it. Because it was like, oh no, people are just going to call us this. Okay, I'm going to reset this game because Evony, come on. I'm not even playing, and you're giving me lag. Proud of my NBS team. Are you in the battle right now, Jade? Yeah, you guys did good. You have Text Doc. He's really good. I played with him last All-Star Finals. I'm pretty sure he was the guy on my team. I think Dr. Vindictive was also. And he was very good. Very good player. Also very good at preparation. Organized lots of stuff I've never really seen organized before in a battle. I thought we were going to win just based on how well prepared he was with everything going in, and we did not. We got third or fourth, but I was surprised. It was the most confident I ever was going into a battle because of the stuff he was doing. I think it was him. Let me look. It won't let me see All Stars, but I'm very sure. Let me look on one of my other accounts. All Star. So score now it's 460k away. So battle log C6 All-Star. Okay, let's find what team I was on first. So I was on the green team. Yeah, Tex was on my team with Dr. Vindictive. And they were both very good, very helpful. No, NBS is a second account for me. I'm still building. I would have been on fire in the sand. Hey, Dave, you could still help do stuff. It all depends how much got burnt when you went on fire. If you're not giving up points, you could just go be a pest, reset portals. 38 billion. Francis getting hit. And he barely lost any. So they're probably just hitting for fun now. If you're wondering what I was doing there, I was reaching at my green screen. Just want to see what it looked like when I put something else in front of it, my hand, and see if the green would go away. Really, it's just pushed back behind me, but I don't care. There. Almost fixed it. Vindictive. Now we're going to get hit. Wow, actually really interesting to see that these guys don't have high ideal lands. 7,300. So his is 10,000. Let's see what Tech Stock has. 19. He's probably making 20. Yeah, they're not hurting Vindictive, and he healed a bit. Or probably used his Dragon Heal. What usually attack have small spenders on K44? You could probably still get like 3,500 to 4,000 by not spending too much if you're in a good alliance and joining rallies and doing your military academy and academy. I think for a very low amount of money, like a couple $100 a month, or let's say 1,000 a year, you could probably get close to 4,000 by being in a good alliance. And I mean one of these alliances. If you're just in like a regular, like my alliance is decent. We're like top 50 C6. We finished 70 this time, but that's because some of our people didn't do qualifying, so we ended up in a second place qualifier, which just gave us tough matchups. But the one before we got, I think, 51st or 53rd. Like people in my alliance who are K44 and don't spend too much, they have around 35 to 4,000. And the ones who spend a little less than them are like in the 32 to 3,500 range. So it should be hospital buff. Yep, just thought that. 1 minute. This is where all the action will be. I always wish Evony had like a terrain advantage. Like you could build your city on a hill, your alliance on a hill, and it gives your defending archer and siege machines more range. Your enemy attacking has less. But because you're on a hill, you're more susceptible to something else. Or build beside a lake and no one can cav you. Old Evony had that. The terrain advantage. Scoreboard. 500k now, basically, between first and second. I also think that NBS has given up because why else would you attack the two biggest players on STD if you're trying to catch them? So I think they're totally fine with second place. They've accepted it. Let's see what happens with the hospital, then I'll read your question. Who's going to win the hospital? These are small rallies going in. Oh, I think NBS flipped it. STD had it, lost it, took it back. We'll never know what happened. This guy's up to 1.2 billion. This guy 1.7. Francis 35. Okay, so I don't think these guys won it. Let's see, did the Text Docs team win it? Text Doc. Well, someone won it, but what I meant was I don't think anyone got a heal. So, do you think there's a chance to play on attack? Or better just max your flats and build troops, maximum up to T11, just play in this style? I guess it depends what's fun for you. I personally would just become... So some people like to be a T1 trap and as a low coiner. And they get a lot of fun out of seeing people splat on them. So that is fun, obviously, to see a good defensive report. But the problem is you're eventually going to get rallied and zeroed. And your fun comes from someone else pressing attack. I know me personally, I just don't attack those guys who... There's T1 traps who move every time there's a rally, which is smart. But I just say, no, we're not attacking them. They could finish the battle with 0 points till they attack. Screw it. Even if we're winning by like 80k and we can't catch them, I just stop setting on them and I just say, no, if they want their points, they can work hard on buildings for 2 hours or attack us. What I think is more fun as a low coiner is to be a full ghost city. So you're like 3 billion and you could ghost every single troop and hide them. And if you think being a T1 trap annoys people, you know how annoying it is to see in battle someone's 4 billion and you can't hit them at all because all their troops are hidden, but they can press attack and do stuff? That's very annoying. I would be a full ghoster. SVS, you could just go full ghost. Go play stuff anytime you want. Go do buildings, get your temple. That's the problem though, right? It's going to be... You got to play a lot of hours if you're a full ghoster on SVS. But it's more fun for sure. I would love to press this button right here. This is the worst part of any battlefield. Come on, Evony. We know the result. There should be a forfeit button by other players. Yep, we're done. End the battle. All 4 teams agree. It's over. No one should have to suffer through the last hour of battlefield. So, double D's. You're saying be a T1 horse city and get archer reinforcements? What do you do with your debuffs? Archer debuff to help the reinforcements? Or like you're expecting people to ground the T1 city to run into the I don't nothing wrong with archer reinforcements, just depends what your goal is, what you expect. It depends if you're I'm just wondering if you're talking about to defend against the rallies or defend against solo attacks. Because solo attacks, any T1 with reinforcements, like no one's attacking it. So you must be talking about rally attacks. And in that case, horse against T1s. Yeah. I kind of think any rally against T1 and it's dead if you get a good sized rally. Not many T1s are standing up to anything. Just responding to the other dude's question. I got 2-tapped by Fahad as 30 billion. Rally 2-tapped though, not soloed. I am just responding to the other dude's question. My account is 130 billion. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know who you are, double D's. Defending against a rally. Yeah, it's... Look, even the biggest cities in the game have a problem defending against rallies now. So, the game in many ways is broken. Like, Evony's gone fire. Okay, so maybe Sky has not given up on 3rd place because they got some sort of heal. Because that guy was at 0. So maybe they won a heal somewhere. And they are close. Okay, we got some excitement here. No, we don't. I misread that. I thought that said 8:38. It says 6:38. We are no longer excited. That was short-lived. I thought it was a 60K game for 3rd place. Rallies are just insane now. I'm expecting next All-Stars, so I'm 63 billion. I'll probably be around 70 billion. I'm expecting 3 rallies. The 3rd one zeros me. I'll probably get chopped down to like 40 on the first one. And then like 6. And then 0. Assuming I don't move or heal in time. And that's even with reinforcements. Best case reinforcements, I lose 15 billion on the first one. And 20 on the next. It's crazy right now. So Dr. Francis looks like he's going to be getting hit. He was at 36. He's at 35.9. So not getting many points off the doctor. 36. He's at 35.7. Let's see what they get off of him now. Okay, they got 2.1. That's pretty good. No, 1.9. Another 500 came off, but I think that was from an attack. He looks like he's soloing people, and he obviously doesn't have his high troops, so they're not going to go as well. So, what are we expecting in the finals? So, I'm expecting POB with Lifestealer to be there, and USA, and STD, and let's see if we could pick who the other team will be. Will it show us here? So NBS is out. They were a 1 seed. Oh man, tough matchup. So all 4 teams in first might lose, because I assume POB is going to be there. I assume USA will be there. And STD just got there. So will any of those top 4 teams make it? ATB is really good. I could see ATB, but as long as they didn't have to play one of those other 2. So 3 of those top 4 had to play. STD, POB, USA. And Lifestealer in POB seems to be obsessed with, like, spending whatever it takes to try and make his alliance the best. So I'm sure they are well prepared, well stocked up on speeds, ready to go. They will be doing everything they can to try and win. I think they are the ones who... Was it them last Chalons? They lost in the semis and said that 2 teams traded. I think it was them to knock them out. And that gave USA an easy victory. I still think USA will win. But one thing I'm always surprised about in this game is, for the amount of cheating and point trading there is, I'm always shocked that the same teams win Chalons and the other teams, like, so people cheat and trade all the way, and then they get to the finals and no one makes an agreement to try and win. Like, I always just think that, like, especially C1, because, well, I guess the reason, well, with GOT's out, so GOT and C1 is kind of a puppet of RSP. So with them not in the finals to screw it up for everybody else, I wonder if the other 3 teams will say, okay, look, one of us is winning, flip a coin, we're finally going to make it so this team doesn't win. I would just think, with all the envy in this game, that people would just be upset that the same team wins all the time. I don't know. I'm always surprised that the finals generally seem to be fair play straight up. Maybe because the best teams get there and they say, we don't play like that. All the cheating goes on at the lower levels, or like mid levels. But having said that, my team has never, ever been approached by anybody to do something like that. So maybe it's just people with suspicious minds thinking it happens, and it doesn't actually happen. But I can't tell you the amount of times I get messages. These 2 teams ganged up. We know for a fact they made a plan before, but I've never seen it. Or I've never seen proof or been involved in terms of people asking me, hey, let's try and beat this team. But having said that, I have seen it in All-Stars. I have had team members in All-Stars say, hey, we've made an agreement with so-and-so team. We're not going to rally each other for the first 20 minutes, so we're both going to target these 2 teams. I have seen that. And that generally happens when all the rally leaders are from one alliance. Not all, obviously, but 2 teams have the same. Then they obviously talk. And then after 20 minutes or half an hour, you have no choice. You got to start fighting each other. What's the craziest bug you know in a game? Some people say many players do some tricks with payment trick. I know only big bug on fish catch event. What's the bug you know on the fish catch event? You mean where you start over? You fish, you don't like it, turn the game off, and then you get another go at the same attempts? That's the bug I know in that game. But I don't think it's a bug. I think it's just designed that way. Evony doesn't care. It's a small social part of the game. Biggest bugs, they generally don't last long anymore. The best bug I knew was, well, the battle, whatever that dragon battle. That was a good one. But just in general, bugs in the game. There used to be a really good one in Trap Factory. So you see I have all these damaged siege. You used to be able to build one trap. So you'd start it. Then you wouldn't do that. You'd go in and you'd cancel. And then you'd go into the Trap Factory. And all your siege were healed for 1 gem. So the 1 gem heal. That was the best one I ever knew about. That lasted a long time. That was like a year. And then someone got upset, obviously because civil wars on servers, and posted it in the Facebook group, and the developers got rid of it. That was a very good glitch. There was also one that allowed you to heal all your subs for, like, to max out the troops on your subs for, it was very cheap. It was like 200 or 300 gems each. And I've always thought Evony made a mistake by changing that back to where it's like 100,000 gems to max your subs. Because who's doing that? If they just made it reasonable, like 2,000, people would do it all the time. And that's what Evony wants. They want your gems, so you have to spend to get more. Nah, I know how to hide hook during the game. You mean swing it to the left? Everybody knows that one too. I swing mine to the left and get it down to like 400 meters in the black all the time. But I don't really play the fishing event much anymore. I play it all on the last like day just to get to the second highest tier with the twigs and jades and stuff. So no rallies going on anymore at all. There's no hospitals. I was wondering why an archer and ground rally can't do as much damage as a cav one. Can't. Something is wrong, but can figure it out. And yes, archer rain. But people are so used to ground. So, your question depends on what's inside the keep, like all the other troops and lairs and reigns, because ground and horse target ground first. So if you're going to have a lot of ground in your keep to go with those horse, ground and horse will get caught up on ground troops. Archers will target horse first. So it really depends on what's inside the keep and what is occupying the time in the first round of the battle of the attacking troops. So I can't really answer without knowing what's inside. Yeah, swing to the left, but it works on my phone. It absolutely works on my phone. It hides like 80% of the hook. So you have to get a little bit lucky on what's on that side, or swing it over a little bit and bring it back to avoid something. So let's look at the score. Another hospital buff will come in 40 seconds, but it'll take 5 minutes. But only words. Did you see GOT accuse HOT? The HOT recording was squeaky clean. Really bad look for GOT. So all I saw was I briefly looked at the GOT stream really quickly, just because I was originally going to be watching them because I thought they were going to be in a tough matchup in the finals. They were ranked 17th, so I thought that meant they were going to be playing one of the top 4 teams and have a tough matchup. And then I saw, oh no, they lost. So then I quickly wrote Evony and said, I don't want to stream GOT today because they lost and it's going to be a boring matchup no one cares about. So I quickly switched to C6 and found out which would be a close matchup. But I saw the title where they're accusing HOT of stuff. Tell me what they're accusing them of. I don't know, because I've always known that GOT isn't exactly a fair play alliance. They claim to be, but I've seen some stuff. I've seen GOT work with other teams to change the outcome. That's what I've seen. And I know it happens. So with GOT not in the C1 finals, it will be very interesting. Because they are the ones who usually screw it up and are, for some reason, they're allied with RSP. They get used by them. I don't really understand why. Because when RSP first came to C1, they were hated. And they did not win the first Chalons. And then they accused everyone of cheating against them, which probably may have happened. But then all of a sudden, GOT switched teams and became their ally. And that's all you need. They don't even have to help them. They just have to not hurt them. Because RSP could handle 2 alliances at a time, but they can't handle 3. So, yeah. Hard to... And then... Oh, you know what? Yes, I remember. Sort of, if I'm remembering. It's a game, and people have names, and it's so long ago. Glorfindel was in used to be in RSP, then was in GOT. That's what happened. RSP accused GOT of Glorfindel doing some stuff, and then they doxed him and did all this stuff because they were so furious. They lost to Chalons, real poor sports stuff. And it probably, all of it did not happen. GOT was actually a really good team when Glorfindel joined them. But then he left. I'm missing lots of details on it, but that's what happened now that I'm thinking about it. But Glorfindel has since left years ago. So bottom line, I'm not quite sure what GOT is accusing HOT of, but I'm sure it's not very original. I'm sure it's the exact same stuff as always. Did you see? Yeah, so same thing. So fill me in on what it is, but I assume it's like trading, right? Oh, they worked with somebody to beat us. But I think HOT is a better team than GOT. GOT doesn't spend as much as they used to 2 years ago, and even 4 years ago. They were 4 years ago, HOT and GOT were just absolutely unstoppable. They both came out of nowhere and just dominated. And then Pink Gems happened, and they all got brought down to earth. Some players quit over it, obviously. We're like, screw this. If I got paid full price, not happening. But then they both hung around and been top 5 in C1 forever. But HOT is better than GOT, I've always thought. K46, BMAV. Accused hot. The hot recording really bad. Care to elaborate? Sogdog, but only works on PC. So Yao89, he's just saying the glitch on the left hook only works better on PC than it does on phone. So this is what you do if you're on the phone. So let's say this is fishing. Let's say this is my hook. I'm going down, down, down. I swing to the left like this with my thumb. And then the hook will end up like this. You'll only see like a little bit of the hook. And the rest, as the hook looks like this, that part of it is hidden, and you only see the little bit coming off if you swing it all the way to the left on the mobile. But he's saying on the PC, you could hide even more of it. The hot recording is on Life Stealer's channel. Why would it be on Life Stealer's channel? Did they yeah, so he can hide more of the hook, I guess, by doing the exact same thing on PC. So did Hot make like a highlight tape, like 20 minutes, and send it to him? Score. No changes, no suspicious shenanigans. Looks like this battle's over. I'm gonna go get another end of my coffee. Just leave the scoreboard up for you guys. Not full recording because a lot of people watch his channel. So he uploaded the stream as a 2-hour video instead of, like, they didn't live stream it onto his channel. How many people on development calls argue for 1 hour or 45-minute battles? A lot. I do. I always suggest it. Last call, we told them how good is it Battle of Zuma. It's a half-hour BOG, and we all said how awesome that is. You should just change BOG to half-hour. Yeah, nobody wants the 2-hour battles. I don't know why they continue to do it. Lots of people suggest to Evony, hey, you should add people to the battle automatically after 15 minutes or 10 minutes. Like everybody who signed up. So say your team signs up 10 people. All 10 should be forced entry after 10 minutes or 15 minutes, because a lot of teams now are just joining at the 1 hour mark because they're like, screw it. This thing's too long. Let's kill monsters for an hour and then join, especially BOG with the Aglopies. I didn't know anything about Lifestealer's channel. Let's take a look. Evony Life Stealer POB, if anything comes up. Evony with POB. Yeah, it looks like he gets some good live stream views. And 1,000 subs. Looks like he's just got monetized, so he'll start making like $14 a live stream. A live stream pays very little. So do videos, actually. YouTube's cut money on it a lot all the time, just like every company. Always cutbacks. They cut back massively long before I started YouTubing. I remember anybody who started YouTubing like at the start for like the first 10 years, man, those people were so smart, made so much money. And then I remember around like 2015 or 16, all the YouTubers I used to watch were complaining. Oh, a rare rally. They were all complaining that YouTube cut, oh, will anyone get his camp? Cut their monetization on them by in half. But long before me, so I have no idea what those people were making. But yeah, anyone who, that's weird, the camp stayed there. Anybody who initially started doing that, man, what a life. For S14 more to recruit players from other servers. $14 more to recruit. Yeah, is that how he's improving his team? I don't know. I know he told me he's done a lot of work on the team, put a lot of work into his account. They're really good now. Whenever I hear that, I always just think it means I spent more money. Or we spent more money. Like, what work really is there, right? But if he's recruiting, that's work for sure. As always, great job, Genghis. People need to give more likes. Yeah, man, I got 2 likes on this. What's up with that? It's all good. Life Stealer, another wannabe attention seeker. I don't know him. I don't think I've ever played on his team or anything. I know he really wants to win in this game. Score, we're in the final 3 minutes. Woo, Sky got over 1 million. They really pulled away on HOS. 2.2 to 1.6. Sky with Gone Free. So that guy healed a good amount. I'm not sure why, because they were locked into 3rd place. So tomorrow I will stream the C6 final. To be honest, I think all the other finals are boring. C1, I assume RSP will win. C2, Vidge should win. C3, WDF. C4, Saigon, right? Or is C5 Saigon? But he'll win one of them. And then the other one is, yeah, he's C5. C4 is it PPK or PKK? They will probably win. I don't know how Evony does not see that as a problem. That we could pick all the winners easily. And like C6, USA should win. So like I could tell you right now in 4 months who's going to win the next Chalons. No matter what. Those are the teams that are going to win. So Evony should be doing something about that. But they don't. I guess maybe they think that the juggernaut is good for business as opposed to parity. And there's some truth to that. Professional sports does very well when there's a juggernaut in a sport. Like when the Golden State Warriors were really dominant lately. New England Patriots, the Bulls in the 90s. When there's one team that's constantly winning, and like it's really good for the sport. But the problem is the Dodgers. The problem is salary cap is really good for the owners when they want to sell the team because it's a fixed budget for potential buyers. So someone could say, "Oh, I'll buy your team for $3 billion because I know the expenses are locked in at $250 million a year, as opposed to, oh, I might have to spend $400 million a year and tax it, luxury tax, etc. So yeah, so Juggernaut probably is better for business for them. So this will probably be approximately the final score. So NBS, I wouldn't say they got upset, but they were the number 1 seed. But STD was obviously a higher seed, 250s on their team. Yep, 2 of his new 45s came from newer servers recently. Sure, he had to pay them and the old owner to leave. What do you mean he had to pay them? He bought the keep for them from the old owner, and then he could sell it to whoever he wanted to, or he gave it to them. Is that what you're saying? He paid them? He gave it to them? Because, hey, Lifestealer, if you're paying people to come join, sign me up. I will come join your alliance if you're paying people. But I don't think that's the case. I think he buys the keep. All big alliances do this now. They buy the keep, then they can control the sale. And in the meantime, while they're waiting for a new owner, they just get fillers. Like the last round I played on 130 billion K48. The alliance bought the keep. So they're using fillers right now while they wait to sell it, rather than having it sit inactive while the other guy, quits and leaves. So, and then eventually they get their money back. So, yeah. If that's what you're saying is paying people to come, that's pretty standard in Evony. Except I do know one alliance that used to... A couple alliances do this. But one alliance started it. You could try to guess who. They would buy keeps off people, and then they stopped selling them. They rented them out to players, and those players were responsible to spend money on the keep that they were only renting. And then when that person decided to leave, they would give the person back the rental money. But now that person increased the value in the keep, and then they would rent it out for a higher amount in the future. I know someone who joined it for $10,000, and then they had to spend. It was a full cake every event, and super events they had to spend more. And I laughed. I was like, "What are you doing? You don't own it?" Yeah, but they guaranteed me the same amount of money back. And I went over the math with them and told them like how much you're going to spend every single event. And there's no guarantee they'll ever give you the money back, because it's like a Ponzi scheme. Eventually it runs out and there's no new buyer. So, yeah. The person ended up realizing this about 7-8 months later. They couldn't keep up the spending and left. So, yeah. So is that what you mean by buying the keep? They bought it to pay people to come? Look at this. 0 points for Gizzo. 8 points for Gizzo. That's like impossible. Did the person accidentally hit leave battle? All right, so let's go into my keep for a second. I'm done with the stream. Just waiting to see if you'll respond, JLP89, about how he paid people to come. Can I set the caravan? Come on, come on. Ah, someone else said it. What do we got as options to join? Oh, no, that's not the treasure scrolls. So far, I'm looking at, I think this one's better. I don't really care about resources. Got some runes. Dragons. Yeah, we'll go in that. Yeah, okay. And is there anybody we could plunder? Love plundering trains. That's my favorite part of the game. Okay, okay, so it looks like you're not going to give me an answer for that. I assume I was right and everybody left the stream. So tune in tomorrow, guys. I'll be doing C6 again. I think it's the most exciting battle, and they're could be an upset. I think it's the only one that there might be an upset on. So see you guys tomorrow.